The John Doe Roblox account was created in 2005. What was the reason? Well, it was created to test bugs and new features before they ever got released to the public. However, things started to go south when rumors started spreading about players allegedly spotting John Doe in regular games. This was just the start. Around 2017, YouTubers started making banger videos such as John Doe is messaging me at 3 a.m. or don't call John Doe at 3 a.m. At this point, you're probably thinking that it can't get much worse from here. But unfortunately, it did, because Roblox users took to Reddit claiming that John Doe would hack Roblox on March 18th and to not play Roblox on March 18th. March 18th happened, it passed, but nothing ever came of it. He did get a new fit though. I thought the All-Star John Doe was a lot simpler than he turned out to be. He's the second sports themed skin in all of Forsaken. However, what I didn't realize was that his helmet is actually from 2008. Yeah, back then you could actually buy it in the shop for 102 ticks, which was roughly 11 daily login. You probably don't know these 3 secrets about John Doe 2017. If you played Roblox back in 2017, you probably remember the Fire and Ice hoodie that was very popular. There was also a game at that same time called Roblox High School RP, where players would try and make fashion statements all the time. One of them included this hat made out of paper. Does it seem familiar? Well, that's because it almost identically lines up with the hat that 2017 wears. They also coded his spike ability to be ice themed, just like this Roblox avatar from 2017. So, no cap, this skin is basically just a reference back to 2017. Not gonna lie, I really like the script builder version of John Doe. But do you know about its dark past? Back in the day, this code let players become John Doe and actually hack lobbies with traps, exploits, and even flying glitches. When Forsaken came out, a lot of the players from back then wanted it to come back, and Forsaken actually added it. They even got the same blocky mode and the same trail, but unfortunately they removed the hacks from it. But what about a skin that might never return? And that's actually the Santa version of John Doe. However, he unfortunately doesn't come with any upgraded abilities. His 1s and 0s just become snowflakes. But who even is Santa? Well, some people seem to think that he actually brings presents on Christmas, but they're wrong because he's actually just a GTA 5 character. Most players don't know this, but John Doe actually has an anime parody form. However, as soon as he was added, Roblox started getting a ton of hate. From individual players to larger groups, people were not happy with the anime. So what could Forsaken do to fix this? Well, instead of fighting it, Forsaken simply leaned into it. They added voice lines.
Prepare your stop running.
Okay, but like, why is bro British? Hello? However, because of them leaning into it, the cringe went away, and now players think it's just like a great concept. I got a question. Did you know that the John Doe geometry skin was actually a YouTuber? Yeah, within this game called World Tower Defense, he actually starts off by helping his friend make YouTube videos. But things turn south when Geometry doesn't want to film anymore. His friend begs him, but eventually brings someone else on to make the videos with. However, that friend also stops recording with him too. At this point, his friend, who is the YouTuber, gets teleported to this gray, almost like all blank world. And the theme stays on brand because Geometry does have very minimalistic features, which makes sense now that we see the game where he came from. Like, bruh, why we got these 1995 graphics? The next skin is Gas Harpoon, and I bet you don't know these 3 secrets about it. Have you ever looked at the 3 colors on his shoulder? Well, those 3 colors actually represent 3 of the crew members from the game Kanto 5. And the entirety of Gas Harpoon is based around the main villain of Kanto 5, a woman whose entire goal of sailing the seas is to find the Pallid Whale. And the city the world is set in is about the size of a small country. But did you know this? Each section of the city is actually ruled by a mega corporation, and one of the districts is known for its Great Lake. The lake is broken up into a bunch of different sections with unwritten rules, and unless you know them, you will get hit with waves over and over again. I got a question. Wouldn't it be great to make John Doe look like any character you want? I know I have, and if you have as well, then we're in luck, because with the yourself version, you can make John Doe look like any avatar you want. You can even make him look like Jane Doe. And not only this, but the effects become the cover of your avatar's torso, and you even get a custom Jay's theme. This skin is tied for being the most expensive John Doe skin, but is it really really worth it? It's actually based on an action game called Just Shapes and Beats, and the name Annihilation is a reference to the original game where this song plays in the final boss fight. But fun fact, the Elliot skin was also inspired from this same game, and there's even a custom song that plays when the Elliot skin and the Annihilation skin are the only two last players in the game. The intro music and the Last Man Standing theme are also from the same Just Shapes and Beats game. But there's more, because the traps John Doe can play and even his custom emote where he riffs the guitar are also inspired from that same game. The Pedro EXE skin seems normal on the surface, but it actually has the disturbing background. If you're a parent with a kid, I'd suggest you skip till later in the video. I know, I can't believe how bad this line is. Alright, jokes aside though, this whole character is really just based off like this one image. You own this exclusive skin, because when Easter rolled around, they released an exclusive poached egg John Doe. But does anyone know where this came from? Well, back in 2013, Roblox used to do a yearly egg hunt, and it just so happened to be the theme that year. So why not put it into Forsaken? Now we're on to milestone 1, and no cap, his corruption in this stage is very minimal, and to be honest, you can't even really tell him much apart from the default John Doe. However, wait until you see what he transforms into later. In stage 2, he unlocks a crown which is originally from the game Robloxia Until Dawn. However, by milestone 3, we actually get a custom chase theme, and not gonna lie, the corruption is getting really sick. But by stage 4, the corruption is spread all over, and no cap bro, this one looks sick. Now this was good, but what stage of Forsaken player are you? Unfortunately, you might not be where you think you are, so to find out, click this video next.